Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I just got done finishing, watching WWE Raw. The show after, yesterday's, premium live event, Clash in Paris. We get the Fallout on, this September 1st. Yes, it is now September, the 1st of the month. So, Clash in Paris ended with Becky Lynch helping Seth Rollins retain the Men's World Championship, indicating that the power couple may be more of a unit on screen moving forward as Becky Lynch and the Vision. And we have more stuff that happened tonight, or tonight, whatever. Women's World title situation was addressed. Who match going to be happening at WrestlePalooza? Who would be Stephanie's #1 contender? We found that out. We had AJ Styles and Dominic. Judgment Day versus Kabuki Warriors. New Day and Grayson Waller versus the War Raiders and Penta. What are they doing with Penta, man? I mean, the New Day and Grayson Waller, dead act in 2025. Man, it's just, that's a dead act. And they're just doing nothing with Penta, man. But overall, this show, Monday Night Raw, was a relatively average episode to me. That was elevated by a loud and rowdy Paris crowd that never seemed to lose its energy. Chants and singing echoed in the arena all day/night, but a couple of people got louder reactions than others. I thought AJ Styles, I would say Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio was easily the match of the night, but Dragon Lee and Balor put on a great performance as well. But the follow-up to Clash in Paris and the beginning of the build towards WrestlePalooza took up a lot of time, but the show had the usual number of matches to keep the action going. Punk and Rollins continuing their feud also makes sense, and it should be interesting to see how they fill time between now and their showdown. And I feel like they're getting our hopes so freaking high, because Adam Pearce or CM Punk was asked, "Where's SmackDown this week?" Adam Pearce said Chicago. Home sweet home. And CM Punk said, tremendous. It looks like AJ's on her way back to WWE. It could be as early as Friday SmackDown Chicago. They wouldn't be doing that wouldn't be saying this if it wasn't in Chicago. I'm sorry. If it's anybody other than AJ, I just don't care. You can't do Bayley, Rhea, anybody else. It just automatically would kill it for me. I'm actually interested in something Punk and Rollins and Becky are doing. So, they gotta do it. Adding Becky to the Visions, I thought was working out brilliantly so far. Now, injected some life into the group, was not present before. Tonight, CM Punk and Becky Lynch face to face, I thought was pretty good. If AJ Lee isn't a part of this at this point, I would be shocked. SmackDown's in Chicago. They have to do it. But if you didn't like this, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I'm not saying I loved it. I thought it was good. But I felt people were just checked out. But after this segment, it's AJ Lee or bust. No other woman is an option. And Rhea would just lead to total backlash and kill the feud completely. Like, I love Rhea, but what point would having her do with this? But it's like a hit or miss storyline. AJ needs to show up or this story's in shambles. And it also wouldn't make sense for what they did at the end at Clash. But I felt they're kind of giving it away. Because where's SmackDown on Friday? Chicago. Tremendous. It's gotta happen. It's probably the first SmackDown for a long time I can't fucking wait for, just if she returns. If not, it's a complete waste of time. You gotta have her there, man. Gotta. Not, I'm just disappointed. I mean, I'm sure Rhea would get a big pop, but anybody on AJ here just doesn't make sense and would completely kill the story. But Raw was just pretty uneventful through the first hour. I mean, I thought it was an average show. The crowd really carried it. But they're really going for it. WrestlePalooza, they added Stephanie and Io getting the match at WrestlePalooza, which kind of figure was going to happen. It's either going to be Io or Rhea. They're probably going to go with the safe option of Io winning the championship. I get it. Stephanie hasn't been on TV because WWE doesn't. Somehow they don't have anything for her. So I understand if she doesn't win the championship, but if they give Io the championship, they better have her on TV wrestling or something. Not just these 5-10 second backstage segments. You gotta have your champions out there. You can't just not feature them on your weekly shows. Have them wrestle instead of just only wrestling at pay-per-views. But Stephanie and Io will be a banger. No doubt about that. So, I mean, I guess it's a safe booking decision, but I mean, the match is going to be a banger, though, for sure. And Dominic retains over AJ Styles. I love Dominic, but this was a great chance to have a moment. They preach about moments. Didn't get one here. Dominic retains. Pulling the trigger at the right time has become a lost art in wrestling. WWE never pulls the trigger at the right time. The only time they did was when Cody defeated Roman at WrestleMania. They never pull the trigger at the right time. That's why I don't trust them with Stephanie. You know, they can build her up all they want. Love her, she's one of my favorites, but like, they can build her up. But when will they pull the trigger? Are they going to do it at WrestleMania? I would hope so. Have her win the Rumble, win at WrestleMania, but are you going to trust Eddie to pull the trigger? Pulling the trigger at the right time has become a lost art in wrestling. They had AJ cost Dominic his moment in Mexico. You could have had him win, what was that, the AAA Mega Championship? And he has a championship. He drops the IC title to AJ Styles. Isn't that hard to book this crap? I mean, does Triple H ever pull the trigger at the right time? Julia winning the U.S. Women's title was cool, but her booking genuinely one of the most annoying things on the show. Hell, it hasn't even been defended on a pay-per-view. Triple H does it a few times, but it doesn't seem any company can pull a trigger at the right moment for the most part. Like, has he genuinely pulled the trigger at the right time once in the last year and a half? We get two-belt Dominic, ladies and gentlemen. Creative bankruptcy with the endings as well. Nobody ever pulls the trigger. Oh, Dominic's 20 years younger than AJ in the future. Okay, what's he doing with IC title? Tell me what he's doing with IC title. What's he doing with it? Nothing. He can win the AAA Mega Championships and run it over there. Match was good. I just hate the ending. Crowd was really behind AJ again in France. Didn't like the decision. Absurd decision to not do a title change with how over AJ Styles is in France. Hated that decision. I mean, are they going to do anything with AJ? Give him one last title reign with some sort, man. Stupid. WWE's completely lost in 2025. Yeah, I get wanting to push Dominic as your future, but you could have still had Dom as your face of the Luchadors, even if he doesn't have the IC title. It was a great match, but they scream about moments they can't give us one here. And they had El Grande Americano cost him the title. I'm done with this Americano shit. I've said this, dude. It's completely run its course. Dominic's title reign has been lackluster, and it's not helping having predictable title matches. Dominic's the future. Well, what's he doing with this championship? Tell me what he's doing with it. Nothing. Stephanie and Io's official. What else was on? The Usos, they gotta get back together. It's time. The Usos getting back together is the best thing for both Jay and Jimmy. Has to happen. Absolutely just has to happen. But yeah, let's go over the show here. Go over all what happened. That's kind of just my main takeaways. We start off, don't mess with Jay's family. After recap of Clash in Paris, Jay makes his way out to the ring. He was still banged up and in a bad mood after what happened at the PLE. He said he didn't regret helping Roman even though it ended up getting him hurt because it's family. He called out the Division for a fight, but L.A. Knight, came out and said he said they both lost last night, but it was Jay's fault because he couldn't focus on what mattered. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed came out on the stage to talk some trash after a few minutes back and forth insults. The Bronze challenged Uso Knight to a tag match. They accepted in the segment. Rick Standard stuff, but the crowd was into it. Breaker again said the crowd was singing. That scene was pretty funny. Knight was making some good points. Logic is not always a big part of wrestling, but it's nice when it shows up. Punk was shown waiting for Rollins to arrive backstage as the show got going. He's waiting backstage for him. So, standard stuff to start off the show. Judgment Day versus Kabuki Warriors. First match. Roxanne Raquel versus Asuka and Kairi Sane. This is a decent match, but the way it ended stood out as a strange, especially from the usually flawless Asuka. Kabuki Warriors defeat Judgment Day. Io was shown talking to Asuka and Kairi backstage. It's clear Asuka did not want her help tonight, even though they helped Sky previously. Tension is being slowly built. Roxanne and Raquel have grown into a fun team. And Raquel did a surprising amount of selling for Kairi Sane. A lot of selling. Finn Balor versus Dragon Lee. This was actually a pretty good match. Finn Balor defeats Dragon Lee. Not really surprising. Taking the loss here wasn't surprising, but that'd be nice to do something interesting with him soon. He's too good to be floundering like this, but Lee always makes the way Lee floats over his opponent to get a powerbomb position is just so smooth in the ring. And it's been a long time since Balor turned heel, by the way. It might be time to turn him face again soon. He just feels so stagnant in this role. He's still a damn good wrestler, heel or face, but he's so stagnant as a heel. But Dragon Lee, they need to do something with him, man. Too talented to be floundering like this. But yeah, this is actually a pretty good match. The New Day and Grayson Waller versus the War Raiders and Penta. I mean, all 6 men look good, but Eric and Ivar were the stars of this bout. I was clearly happy to see them back in action. You know, it's a solid performance, even if it was on the predictable side. This could have been much better if they had a little more time, but I thought it was okay. I just want them to do more with Penta, to be honest. Adam Pearce was shown banning Balor and McDonough from ringside during Dom's match later in the show. Dominic versus AJ for the IC title. The crowd was loud and it's on its feet the entire time. But unfortunately, El Grande Americano attacked Styles while the ref was distracted. Mysterio took advantage and hit a frog splash for the pin. Other than the fact that this had to have a dirty finish, it was an enjoyable match. It was pretty good, but the crowd was singing for Styles during his entrance. It was the rowdiest entrance of the night. Lyra had a quick backstage segment that led to her being booked next week. But this was a very good match, but I just hated the ending, dude. Are they going to give AJ Styles one last title run? Because this could be his final year. Or he signed like a 1-year deal, so Debbie never knows when to pull the trigger, man. Becky Lynch has a bone to pick with CM Punk. It's a very, very good promo. Lynch was the star of this segment. This would have been another standard Punk promo had it not been for the Fire she show, but this was pretty damn good. I thought. And Punk, she smacked him several times after Rollins walked away. Punk said she would regret putting her hands on him. Main event, Judas on LA Knight versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Wow, same people in the main event again. The tag team match booked in the opener. Reed and Breaker defeated Uso and LA Knight. Breaker's so good at portraying the energy of a guy you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley. The guy's just so freakishly athletic and fast. I mean, this was an okay tag team match. It just feels like we get the same main events every week, where it's a one-on-one match, tag team match, interferences, DQ. It's just the same thing, dude. But yeah, that's really got to say for Monday Night Raw. Pretty average episode. I would give it like a 5.5 out of 10. It was just, man, there's some stuff I like, you know. AJ and Dominic, Dragon Lee, and Finn Balor, the Becky and CM Punk promo, but The main event was solid. And the opening promo was decent, but just average. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace.